Hello guys, Frost here. So today we're looking into Apocalypse 2. Yesterday I was able to push it a little bit and I finally figured out sort of how does it work. And I'm here to let you know. So at that point when I got there, I was able to get rank 93 world. Not bad. I definitely probably lost it at this point, but for starters it's not bad. So if you can see here, Nightmare team is doing really good. Silas is of course good, and then Alistair, I'd say he's like one of the MEPs, and then Nocturne, even though he's A5, he's just like bottom. Okay, and for normal mode, I use some different team. So I use Cyrus, who did like no damage. Then I used the Ajax to buff everyone else and just to debuff the boss with the magic damage. And I didn't have many magic damage people, but whatever. And then I used some Nightmare team. I forgot that Hatsuit doesn't do armor break on one target. It has to be 2 targets, so it can bounce. Only the bounce can do the armor break. Then I used Talon to block the saw, to stun on the saw, and then we have Kineza and Wrath for a lead, and then Kineza doing some damage, Wrath doing damage as well with A-bomb. So yeah, that's the teams that I used. Talon surprised me being pretty good. Other than that, everyone else, yeah, okay. But let's go into how you should build a team. So this is my 60k team for hard. So what are we looking at here? So we have Nightmare faction. They are really good at damage, and I have Torador, and Torador is good at multiple things. So he's a lord. He does interruption on the saw, and he does armor break. And he's a tank, so he's doing like multiple roles at the same time. If you don't have Torador, you can use someone else, but you have to keep in mind that you need those things to be covered. So you need a tank, you need an armor break, you need to interrupt the saw. You need a cleanse, and you need to like dispel that we don't have at the moment, but you can bypass that with armor break, so ignoring armor with these 3 guys, and yeah. So then after the dispel, you want something to mitigate damage, and then you mix match for the heroes that you have. So I would highly advise that you guys use Alistair just for this thing. So when reaching full talent stacks, each basic attack inflicts damage reduction on target. That is 30% in the end, and it is up all 100% of the time. Only time that it is not up is when you turn on the ult. So don't turn on the ult when you're about to get hit. And other than that, he's really good because he does this true damage, so ignores armor. So he's good at this thing is good all the time, so it's up all the time, and then his true damage is really good on the shield phase. Okay, so then what I have here is I have Fersi, and Fersi is really good for the AoE damage reduction. Everything else is like whatever, you know. I mean, some people say this is really good, but like it's on one target, and one time every 35 seconds, 8-3 something, it heals the target as well instantly. That's okay, but other than that, like I don't think like this is okay. This can be used. So, for example, how you can use defensive things is like when you're about to get hit. You slow down to 1 speed, and then you click on a hero. So you click on Fersi, and you're waiting for the saw to hit your guys. When the saw hits, like most of the things here on this boss hit twice or 3 times. So when you get hit once, everyone is gonna take damage, and then you push heal to everyone with an ult, and then you heal them up so they can take the second hand. So that's what you can do. And for example, you can do the same with Vortex. So you can use his ult when you get hit, and then you heal them and provide shields so they can take the second hit as well. Additionally, you can use Midan. Like, I think Midan and Hollow is a really good combo, because Midan can provide defense as well as heal instant to everyone and cleanse. So Midan is, I think, really good here. What I use here is the Somi. The Somi is really good because it doesn't heal as much. So if you look at the healing here, that's like miserable healing. But what the Somi does is dispel all the time, so I don't have to care about the poison phase. And additionally, what he does is really good is this one. So when boss insta-gives one of my units, he provides shield right away to the lowest target. And yeah, that's of course pretty good. Your thing doesn't die. I mean, some hits hit only one, so you don't need to use someone like Fercy to protect them. You can rely on the Somi to protect the unit. Okay, so other than that, you have to try to debuff the boss as much as possible. So poison is not that good, but is okay, especially the bleed, because it does physical damage taken increased. So you buff your team. So for example, if you have a lot of physical damage, having armor break and physical increase, then you have multiple physical damage dealers. That's good, you know. But you can then form a team around magic damage as well. So having things like Ajax, Talon, who do magic damage reduction, and Volca is really good as well. What Volca does is vulnerability to magic and physical damage. That's good. So when you're doing the bursting, and then this later on increases survivability of your heroes because it doubles the healing. But the issue with Volca is this thing needs to be paired with this artifact because she needs to gain the charges. But the issue is you need A5 for this to be reduced to 1 cost during the ultimate. So you wait for the saw to start, you turn on the ult, it costs 1, and then you have higher chance for this damage reduction to be applied. The issue with Volca, if you don't have A5, is like it's hit or miss if it's going to be up or not, the debuff. So that's why I like Alistair a lot more, because he's 100% time uptime. Just don't click on the ult before you're gonna get hit. Okay, and other than that, you have to mix heroes that ignore defense. So try to get a lot of ignore defense guys, because that phase is pretty rough. And additionally, when you're gearing your heroes, so I usually have on my Silas rage regen as the last stat, but like here, like no can do. Okay, so you have to have HP stat. Like even defense doesn't cut it. If you can see here, like I definitely have better quote unquote item than this one, but in this particular instance, this is one of the best because it gives HP, it provides defense as well, and then it gives me crit rate and crit damage. Like you can get a bit lower attack speed, that is okay, and at most instances it won't matter as much, but you need to survive. So if your stuff dies, it gets tricky, you know. And Another really good unit here is Estrid. I love the girl since like the beginning when I got her. So she does armor break, and 30% armor break is really good. Then she has really good burst damage as well, so she can go with everyone else and burst at the same time. And she has pretty high attack stat as well. And then she can double attack and increase her rage. So really good unit, and I will definitely be using her on normal mode next week because of that armor break and burst damage. So now I regretted big time that I fused this Draga because she has damage reduction on enemies. That's 100% time up if you have A5, but it's only 20%, so it's not 30, but it will be perfect for normal mode. You don't need Volca A5. So yeah, I was 100% positive that we will be needing this debuff, and that's why they are giving to us, but then they are forcing us to, not have the unit anymore. So yeah, pretty good, guys, pretty good. The issue with her is she's defense based, and you need her to have high HP to do the role, because one of the fights the boss attacks the highest HP target, and then if you have high defense but really low HP, no good, For additional tips, like who can you use, you're trying to use someone who can fill out few roles at the same time. So like Livian is really good tank, a lot of HP, she's a tank, she can go into 2 factions, like you can use it both, and she can stun. And you need reliable stun for the saw phase. I mean, it's not needed to be like 7, 8, 9, 10 stacks. If you have armor break, damage reduction, it's okay to have a bit less, but still it's really good to have. Like Hex is really high damage, and he has stun as well, so he can help with the stun. So you need to see what heroes you have and mix them together and see what you can get out of it. Additionally, we don't want to be using Laurel, because every time the unit dies, it increases its revive time. So if you're using Laurel, she is good, but you need to be careful when to use her. And the issue is like the platform places. You cannot place everything, and then placing her wouldn't get you to fill out all the places for the heroes. Like usually because Elowen and Medan have like this. Like you would need to place Laurel here to get all of these heroes. So, and you cannot place her here because of Elowen. Or Elowen doesn't get to encompass all of your heroes, and of course you need to encompass them because of the poison. So she's not as good. Dolores and Constance are good, but not super needed, let's say. Okay. Additional thing who's okay is Nunea, because she has increases defense. So if you don't have Medan early game and stuff like that, it does inspiration and defense increase. So it can protect you from the damage, and it can increase your damage when needs be. So you can see like some interesting things that like guys use Nazim, for example, for the stun on the saw. A lot of different heroes can be used, and you just need to try to get everything. So armor break, vulnerability if possible, then decrease damage, just going through it again, and then having some ignore defense, having cleanse, having great regen, protecting, some defense buffs, some instant heals if possible. So that's what we're looking for, and that's pretty much it. In the end, guys, when we catch the ball, we still need to play the game, so keep some red crystals for stamina, don't spend all on summoning. Cheers, guys, bye bye.